and gentlemen, to the World of Wrestling podcast. Here today to discuss about WWE Wrestlemania 41 Night 2 review. And my thoughts on this was a mix. Night 2 had a good format. They had a good match card. Compared to Night 1, the main event of Night 1 was better than Night 2, though, for main event quality reasons. There was no Rock here at WrestleMania 41. It felt underwhelming that he was not there. We saw Stone Cold Steve Austin there. There was constant hints the possibility of Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock having a face-to-face encounter during this matchup could have been a possibility. Nowhere to be found, and The Rock was not found either. Travis Scott was the guy who came down to help John Cena win his 17th title reign, which to me it makes absolutely no fucking sense. Because did John Cena sell his soul to Travis Scott? No, it was The Rock in the first place. Unfortunately, that was not the case. We had Travis Scott help assist John Cena. John Cena and Cody's matchup one-on-one in the main event was not bad, but the ending was absolute trash, in my personal opinion. Felt very underwhelming and not to the level it could have been at, in my personal opinion. But the match was not terrible. I'd say the match was a 3.5 stars out of 5. To be quite frank with you guys. But let's go over the rest of the card here. The first match we had was a triple threat match for the women's world title. Io Sky ends up retaining her championship, which was really, really nice to see. I'm glad they gave her a W here instead of making her eat another L under her belt. So I was happy for what they did here for the Night 1 main event. Definitely better than Night 2. This was a 4 out of 5 stars easily without blinking an eye. Then we had Drew McIntyre going one-on-one against Damian Priest in a street fight. This was an okay matchup. I think it was solid, and it was right on point. Drew McIntyre wins with a devastating Claymore kick to the side of the head of Damian Priest into a chair and getting the 1-2-3. Good matchup, and Damian Priest didn't look bad in defeat either. Next, we had the Fatal 4-Way. This match here was a 3.5 stars out of 5 with Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Io Sky, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley for the women's world title, 4 out of 5 stars without question. Dominic Mysterio ends up winning the WWE Intercontinental Championship against Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Penta. Dominic Mysterio picks up a huge W over Finn Balor with the frog splash. Braun Breaker was not the one in the decision of this match. And Dominic just managed to pull off a great victory here. The crowd went ape-stick for him, surprisingly enough. I give this match a 3.5 stars. Very entertaining matchup as it was. Randy Orton went up against Joe Henry. Surprisingly, the TNA World Champion, who went one-on-one. Randy Orton kind of went dead in less than 5 minutes. Looked like a jobber match to me. I don't even think Randy Orton needed to be on this card, to be quite frank with you. So, he ends up losing. He ends up winning the match, beating Joe Henry, and looking good as he does it. Next, we had Logan Paul and AJ Styles. Good matchup. Oh, in the match between Randy Orton and Joe Henry, I'm going to say 2 out of 5 stars because the match was very short and not give enough airtime to the TNA World Champion. Kind of looked like he jobbed out, basically. Next, Logan Paul, AJ Styles one-on-one. This was a good grudge match. Granted, it did not have the best story. Very generic, very simplistic to the point. Nothing too exciting occurred with Logan Paul and AJ Styles when it came out of the storyline end. But the wrestling end, they did a good job. I'm giving them a 3.5 stars out of 5. Good matchup by both of these guys. They worked their fucking asses off and pulled off a good showing here. Logan Paul picks up the victory, though. Unfortunately, AJ Styles ends up losing the match. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch went ahead and went up against Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team titles this past Sunday. They unfortunately end up winning the women's tag team titles, so unfortunately losing them the next night, which I'll go over the Monday Night Raw review after I upload this video. And Valkyria, Becky Lynch pick up the victory against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So there you go. Not a great matchup. Oh, and the Logan Paul AJ Styles match, I believe I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So decent match overall. This match here, I'm going to give 3 out of 5 stars. Was not a bad tag team matchup, but nothing to cry home about. Then we had the main event, John Cena going up against Cody Rhodes for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And Cody Rhodes ends up losing the match because of a low blow and a title to the face. And then a 1-2-3. It wasn't from the the FUs or the attitude adjustments or whatever the fuck you want to call them. He just goes ahead and hits him with a low blow and a title to the face. He ends up winning the WWE Championship. And a match that went over 20 minutes, and that's what they delivered to us. Wow. Impressive shit, WWE. I would say Night 1's main event was far better than Night 2's main event. But again, like I say, John Cena and Cody Rhodes' match was not terrible. It was the ending that sucked overall. And I'm going to give this match a 3 out of 5 stars. But yeah, I thought Night 2 was a better show overall when it came down to the card. But as main events go, Night 1's main event was far better than Night 2's main event. Without a shadow of a doubt. So, the show was average at best, I would say. WrestleMania, in a nutshell, I'd say it had its hits and misses. I'd say if this was a one-night show, like anything else with the 3-hour shows that we get for Raw and SmackDown, you get rid of the third hour, it'd be great. You get rid of the extra day. You take all the great matches from both Night 1 and Night 2, put them into one night, and you got a hell of a fucking WrestleMania. Spread them across like we got here, and WrestleMania 41 feels like an average, if anything, WrestleMania. Lack of work and effort put into building the stories was horrendous. I did not like what they did here. And how much effort they put into it with all the cards on the table, knowing full well they have the capacity to tell us a great story. They just took it for granted because they were working overseas and the fans were just going to eat it up no matter what. And because it's WrestleMania, we don't have to kill ourselves to provide the best content in the wrestling world. We can just go based off of our brand name and see how long that lasts. Fortunately, that's not how things work. You have to continue what you started. If you're doing good content, people expect you to deliver good content. If you're doing shit content, they expect you to either get better or be shit and not bother watching you. Eventually, people stop caring to watch your product, and then you start losing viewers. Speaking of AEW. But WrestleMania as a whole was average to me. I'd say it was a C at best. I don't think it was the best WrestleMania they could have given us here in Las Vegas. I'm glad I didn't waste the money to go see this event, because at first, when I originally heard about it, I was thinking about taking the money and spending it on WrestleMania. But to be quite frank, with the way things turn out to be compared to what it was last year, I'm glad I didn't go. Because, man, oh man, that would have been a fucking waste of money. But anyway, guys, that's all I have to say at this time. You know what to do. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching. And have a great night, guys.